Hello students, myself SVS, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue the lesson, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? So please take page number 53. So what did we see in the last class? We have discussed that Roger Skunk went to Wizard and got his smell changed. He was very happy and all the little animals gathered around him and started playing with him. So he had a great enjoyment in the afternoon and went home afterwards. Okay, so we stopped there. And when Jack was continuing the story, but Joe thought that the story got over there. So Joe was starting to fuss with her hands. Fuss with her hands means show great or excess of excitement with her hands. And look out of the window at the crack of day that showed under the shade. Okay, that means Joe started getting bored, thinking that the story got over, and she started looking outside, through the window, and was watching the crack or the break of the day, okay, under the shade of the tree. She thought the story was all over. Jack did not like women when they took anything for granted. Okay, he liked them apprehensive, hanging on his word. Hanging on his words means continuous words. So, but Jack did not like this type of behavior of women. He wanted, women remain paying attention to his words, and he wanted women to be interested in his words or pay attention to his talking. So now, Joe, are you listening? So he got angry and asked her, "Hey Joe, are you listening now?" Yes, because this is very interesting. He continued the story. You see that the story is very interesting. We are coming to the interesting point of the story. Roger Skunk's mummy said, "What is that awful smell?" Awful means very bad, or we can say that unpleasant. So Roger Skunk's mother, when Roger Skunk reached home, his mother asked her, "Hey, what is this unpleasant smell? What is this so bad smell? Where from this bad smell comes?" What? And Roger Skunk said, "It is me, mommy. I smell like roses." And she said, "Who made you smell like that?" So he told that that it was the smell coming from his body. Then she asked her, "Who made that smell, or who changed his smell to roses?" And he said, "The wizard." So he said that it was done by wizard, and immediately mother got angry. Well, of all the nerve, and you see that this word is used to show the annoyance or angry. Well, of all the nerve, you come with me and we are going right back to that very awful wizard. So she asked Roger Skunk to follow her, and she was going to the house of wizard. She was going to meet wizard. She got so angry as Roger Skunk's smell or her son's smell was changed. So she asked Roger Skunk to follow her. Joe sat up. At this point, Joe sat up, and her hands dabbling in the air with a genuine fright, and she started to move her hands on the air. Yes, dabbling means throwing or move around. She started moving around her hands in the atmosphere with a genuine fright. Fright means fear. With great fear, because what is going to happen that she doesn't know. So she was frightened. So that she did not want to do. She did not want Roger Skunk's smell be changed. So she started to move her hands in the air. "But Daddy," then he said about the other little animals run away. "But Daddy," he should have said to his mother that other animals, they used to run away when he approaches them. Her hands skittered off. Skittered off means expanding. Okay, so to show the animals, and here into the underburst. And you see that here in this point, Joe stretched her hand to the underbush. Actually, the meaning of underbush, that is shrubs and small plants growing under the tree. Here it may be the pot. In that point, she stretched her hands to the nearby pot. All right, he said. But mommy, all the other little animals ran away. And she said, okay, all right. But Roger skunk continued, but mummy, all other animals, they used to run away after seeing me or in my presence. I don't care. You smelled the way a little skunk should have, and I am going to take you right back to that wizard. But I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. And I am going to take you to where? To the old wizard. Your smell should be changed again back to the old dirty smell. And she took an umbrella and went back with Roger skunk and hit that wizard right off the head. You see that with then her son, mother went to, yes, the old wizard. And what did she do? With the old umbrella, she hit on the head of the wizard. No, Joe said. Joe did not like that. And put her hand out to touch his lips. At this point, she put or stretched her hand in order to, yes, cross his mouth or touch his lips because she did not want to hear more about that. Yet even in her agitation did not quite dare to stop the source of truth. But even in her agitation means anxiety, she did not have the courage to, yes, stop the source of truth because that was the truth that she could not stop. Okay. Inspiration came to her and she was really inspired now. Then the wizard hit her on the head and did not change that little skunk back. So Joe said, as a continuation of the story, Joe said, immediately the old wizard hit back mummy and did not change the smell of Roger skunk. Father said, no. The wizard said, okay, and Roger skunk did not smell of roses anymore. He smelled very bad again. And the wizard said, yes, I will change it. And telling that, you see that he had changed the smell of Roger skunk to the back one. That means again Roger skunk had the bad or unpleasant smell. He changed the smell of Roger skunk. But the other little so here means babies. He wanted to continue, but he could not continue. Oh, means baby. So, but the other little animals. John, it's daddy's story. Hey John, it's my story. Okay, this is the story created by me. It's my own story. Small daddy not tell you any more stories. Shall daddy tell any more story if you are, yes, fighting like this? If you are arguing like this, father, daddy will not tell any more stories to you. Shall daddy stop telling stories to you? Her broad face looked at him through a sifted light. Sifted means scattered light. And immediately Joe, she was disappointed. Okay, she did not like the ending of the story. So she started looking at her father's face in anticipation. What is going to happen again? What is he going to tell again? So in a scattered light, astounded means shocked. She was really shocked. In that shocking position, she started staring at her father. This is what happened. Then Roger skunk and his mummy went home. And you see, Joe, it was what happened there. And afterwards, Roger skunk and his mother, his mummy, both of them went home. And they heard a woo-woo. And it was the choo-choo train bringing Daddy skunk home from Boston. So when they reached the home, they could hear the sound of the train coming. And in that train, who was there? And Roger skunk's father was there. And they had lima beans. Lima beans, you know, beans grown in tropical regions of America. And celery, it's a type of vegetable. And celery, then liver, mashed potatoes. And you see that boiled and crushed potato, they just mashed potatoes. Then and P.O. my for dessert, that's a sweet dish. And after there was, you see that they had a grand supper with all these things as well as a sweet dish made of P.O. my. And when Roger skunk was in bed, mommy skunk came up and hugged him. So when Roger skunk went to his bed for sleeping, and you see that his mother approached him, and what did she do? And she hugged him. Okay, embraced him. She was very happy because her son got back the old smell and said he smelled like her little baby. And what did she say? you smell like my little baby now. And she loved him very much. And you see that she showered a lot of affection, love to him. And that is the end of the story. So here the story ends. That was the end of the story. And you see a mother started loving her son very much. But daddy, what? Then did the other little animals run away? So she was too much bothered about that. After seeing him, other little animals used to run away. So again you see that other little animals, they run away after seeing, yes, our small Roger skunk daddy. No, because eventually they got used to the way he was and did not mind it at all. And no, eventually means ultimately or at the end you see that they were accustomed, they were used to it, and they started playing with him, and they did not mind the smell of yes, Roger skunk, or they did not feel like running away from Roger skunk because they were accustomed with the smell of Roger skunk. What is eventually? Because she did not get to that word eventually. So she asked, what is the meaning of eventuality? So, in a little while. Here the meaning is that in a little while. That was a stupid mommy. So what did she say? That mummy, she was really a foolish mummy, a stupid mummy. It was not. Immediately he got angry. You see that he did not like that word. No, it was not. He said with a rare emphasis. You see that giving a great emphasis on it, stress on it. He said, no, it was not like that. And believed from her expression that she realized he was defending his own mother to her or something as assault. And from her face expression, Jack understood that he was trying to defend his own mother, okay, or something like that. Now I want you to put your big heavy head in the pillow and have a good long nap. Now I want you to go to bed. I want you to sleep now. Keep your head on the pillow and yes, start sleeping now. He adjusted the shade so not even a crack of a day showed. Now he adjusted the shade. Window curtain was put so that the sunlight would not enter the room and disturb her sleep. And tiptoed to the door, and he walked. Tiptoed here means walked on top. That means walked quietly to the door, slowly, calmly to the door, in the pretense that she was already asleep. In the pretense means in the act, in the deception that she was already, yes, asleep. Such a way, already asleep. Such a way he walked very quietly, slowly to the door. But when he turned, she was crouching on top of the covers. Crouching means bending. So when he turned from there, he saw that she was bending, yes, under the blankets, under the covers, and staring at him. And he saw that under the covers she was bending and looking steadily at him. She was not sleeping. Hey, get under the covers. Hey, get inside the covers and fall fast asleep and just go to sleep. Okay? Get fast asleep. You see that your brother Bobby is already asleep. So don't disturb him. Okay? He is already, yes, he is sleeping there, and don't, yes, disturb your brother Bobby. She stood up and bounced gingerly on the springs. And now she stood up on the mattress and started jumping. Okay, and you see that very cautiously. Gingerly means in a very cautious or a careful manner, and she started to jump on the mattress. Daddy, what? Tomorrow I want you to tell me the story that wizard took that magic wand and hit that mummy. Tomorrow you must tell the story. She did not like the ending at all. You must tell the story that wizard took the magic stick and hit mummy on her head. And such a way you have to make the correction at the end of the story. And you see that her plumb arms chopped forcefully, and her plumb means fat or stout arms that was chopped forcefully, that was torn or cut forcefully, right over the head. And you have to tell such a way. That means it was too difficult for her to understand in such a way. You see that on her head, yes, the wizard hit with the magic wand. You have to tell the story in such a way. No, that is not the story. Is not the story. That was not the story. The point is that the little skunk loved his mummy more than he loved all the other little animals, and she knew what was right. You see that as a mother, she knew what was right and what was wrong, and what is right for her child, and what is wrong for the child, that mother knows very well. So according to him, the parents know very well what is right for their children. Okay, so the point is that the little skunk loved his mummy. Little skunk, you see that he loved his mummy very well, very much, and more than he loved all the other little animals. More than all other little animals who used to run away from there, he loved his mummy very well, and also the mother loved him very well, and mother knew very well that what is good for him. No, tomorrow you say he hit the mummy, but she was not ready to change her mind. She was adamant. She said, tomorrow, father, sorry, daddy, you have to tell that, yes, the wizard hit the mummy. Do it. She kicked her legs up, sat down on the bed with a great heave, and now she started to kick with her head with a great heave, kicked her legs up. Now she started kicking her legs to the, yes, to the atmosphere, or kick her legs up, as well as jump on the mattress. And not only that, she breathed heavily, she sighed heavily, or we can say, and complained of her springs as she had done hundreds of times before. Now she started to complain about her springs also, gems also. But she has done such a activity hundred of times before also. But that time you see that she used to laugh, but this time she was not at all laughing. Say it, daddy. Oh, daddy, you say. Well, see. Now at least have a rest. Stay on the bed. You are a good girl. Say, okay. Then father said, okay, you just go to sleep now. Okay, stay on the bed. You are a good girl. You obey me. He closed the door and went downstairs, telling that he closed the door and went downstairs. And you see that his wife, Clara, what she was doing there, she spread the newspapers and opened the paint can, and she was painting there, and wearing an old shirt of his, yes, on top of her maternity smock. Maternity smock, that is a loose dress that is worn during pregnancy. So over the maternity dress, you see that what she was wearing, a shirt of Jack, and already she was on her work there. And she was painting, was stroking the chair rail, and she was painting the chair rail with a dipped brush. Above him footsteps vibrated and he called. And when he went down, he heard the footsteps of yes, Joe in the upstairs. So immediately Jack shouted from there, John, shall I come up? Should I come up there and spank you? Spank you means beat you. Should I come up and beat you? The footsteps hesitated. Immediately he was got angry and wanted to go and punish his daughter. But immediately, yes, the footstep paused or stopped. That was a long story, Clara said. Maybe Clara was not happy because she was already working there, and her husband did not come to help her. So she asked, oh, was it a long story? The poor kid, he answered, the poor child, with great utter weariness watched his wife labor. But he did not join with her wife in the the work of painting, because he felt so tired, utter tiredness or weariness, and sat there and watched what his wife was doing. The woodwork, a cage of moldings. You see that a cage of moldings. Moldings means decorative lines of wood around a piece of furniture. Okay, the woodwork. And the moldings and the rails and baseboards. Baseboards means wooden boards. All around them was half old tan. Tan means leather. Okay, and half new ivory. Some of the wooden works were made of ivory. Some of them, decorated with ivory. Some of them were leather, and so much wooden works were there. And he felt caught in an ugly middle position. And you see that he was not at all satisfactory, and he was not at all in satisfaction, and he thought that he was caught in a middle position. Why did he feel, dear students, important sometimes question asked from here, why did he feel as caught in a middle position? Because already Joe was not ready to accept his story and accept what did he say, and she started, what did he say, and she started questioning him also. And another thing, his wife already started painting there, and he did not want to join in the work. He looked, yes, very tired, and all this made him like caught in a middle position. He was not at all satisfied. And though he was well, felt his wife's presence in the cage with him, and he thought that he was like in both of them were like in a cage of married life. Okay, and there are a lot of obligations, duties, and all. He felt really disappointed. So he did not want to speak with her, work with her, touch her, anything. And that was his feeling. He was very sad, and he sadly did not want to speak or touch or talk to his wife, and felt caught in an ugly, yes, middle position. I hope all of you understood this part of the story very well. Dear students, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching it. Thank you very much.